Oh my God, my ad campaign is dead. What are we gonna do? My name's Sean Micel, and I'm an e-com store owner, and I've spent over $300 million on paid media profitably for lead gen and physical products. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you what to do step by step if you have an ad campaign that's dead or dying. But first, if you want to start scaling your ad campaigns profitably, like this video, hit that subscribe button, and now let's walk through how to fix those dying ad campaigns. All right, the first step that you want to use when you have a dead or dying ad campaign is kind of using what I call the back to the future technique. So, you take the DeLorean, you go 85 miles an hour, and you go back in time, or in some cases forward. But what you want to do is go back to the last period of time where you were profitable, or you were getting the results you wanted. So let me give you an example. So I had to take over a bunch of accounts for lead gen that were just, it was what we called a meth lab fire. It was really bad. But when I went back and reverse engineered what was going on with the campaigns, I actually found some good stuff. What I started doing and what I found is I started just eliminating the fat, cutting the fat, the waste, the fraud, the abuse on those campaigns, and only focusing on what was working. Within a couple days, that campaign started to revive itself and it started to flourish. And it went from having like about a $212 cost per lead, in this case, to $46 cost per lead. Let me give you another example. We had a e-com store ad campaign on Google that was having some of the same problems. I just went back into the search campaign and looked to see when was this thing profitable, found when it was profitable, looked up the keywords that were working, and simply just reset it. And it went from having, a sub 1x ROAS to going back to over 5. That's the first step. Let me tell you about the next step. The next step number 2 is there actual buying intent for your campaign? So let me give you 2 different examples, one lead gen, one e-com. For e-com, if you see people adding products to cart, getting in the checkout, doing that sort of thing, your ad campaign is not broken. More than likely, there is something within the funnel that's broken. For example, we had a day last year where we had 107 people go into our checkout and not a single person bought. It was just insane. It was nuts. But what we found is we tested the checkout to see, okay, how long does this thing take to load up? And what we found is it was taking sometimes up to 30 seconds to load up, which just nobody's going to wait that long. It actually freaks them out a little bit. So all we did is we tested a new checkout. This one loaded in 2 seconds or less, and that problem never happened again. We never had a day where we had that many checkouts and no sales. It was typically like we get 30 or 40 at least. In terms of lead gen, what you want to do is, are the people coming through the funnel, are they doing the things that you want them to do? For instance, I have a lead gen campaign for coaches. What we're looking for is, are they watching the webinar that was set up for them? And if the answer is yes, which it is, it's not dying. Most likely you just need to go to the weak point and figure out where the weak point is and just spend all your time testing that weak point. And that leads me to step number 3. Step number 3, do not, under any circumstances, test everything. Do not test everything. Let me tell you why. Roughly 80% of tests fail. All you're going to do is amplify the misery that you're already having, losing money. But the other thing is, it's not going to actually get you any closer to solving your problem. What you want to do is look at a couple layers of things. The first is the top of the funnel. Are you getting clicks at an acceptable rate for you? If the answer is yes, move on to the next thing. Where you're collecting the money or the opt-in, is that working properly? If the answer is yes, then you just need to fix something else in your funnel. What I have found most of the time is it's not the actual traffic that's a problem, it's the conversion aspect of the funnel that's a problem. What you want to do is go directly to that problem and fix it. So let me give you an example. If say nothing's broken, everything's working properly, you don't have any broken checkouts or opt-ins or anything like that, a lot of times what you can do to fix a dying campaign is actually improve the offer. Go back and see how you can improve it. And a really easy way to do this is if you have a list of buyers or subscribers or leads or whatever, just ask them. Ask them, hey, I noticed you didn't take us up on our offer and that's okay. Could you just tell me what kept you from taking advantage of it? Do not ask them why, because people get defensive, But if you ask them like, hey, what prevented you from doing this? They'll tell you, and what you kind of find out is like, okay, now I know where to zero in on the problem. Follow those 3 steps, and odds are you're going to revive a dead or dying campaign. Leave comments below to let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.